Boys, in previous class, we have discussed translation of x's and we observed the changes in Cartesian coordinates of a point if x's be translated from 0, 0 to a point on our choice. Now today in this class, we have to discuss an important topic, that is Cartesian and polar transformations. Cartesian and polar transformations. You can write Cartesian and polar coordinates here. Cartesian and polar coordinates of a point. And from here, we will take an idea of rotation of axis also. We will discuss a little bit rotation of axis also. So, as we have discussed in the previous class, translation of axis, rotation is not included in your syllabus, though for competitive exams that rotation of axis is very much important. So that's why we will discuss here a little bit. Now, Cartesian and polar coordinates, what this stands for here? Actually, boys, in coordinate geometry, we have to always locate the position of a point with respect to a frame of reference. So this is a point P. It has coordinates, say x comma y, with respect to x-axis as well as y-axis in coordinate geometry. This is the frame of reference, and this one is origin O. Now, if the coordinates of point P be x comma y, to reach at point P, we have a method that first you travel along x-axis, then travel along y-axis, you will reach at point P. Now, this type of presentation, to travel a distance, say OQ along x-axis, this distance is x, and then QP, that is along y-axis, this distance is y. So, OQ then QP, you will reach at point P. Remember, you have to travel always perpendicularly, means OQ then perpendicular to this. Do not move along any angle. So, this type of presentation of a point is called Cartesian coordinates. Now, to reach at this point, we may have one more technique. One more technique means this word polar is invented from the word pole. Pole. Say there is a pole OP of a particular length, say R. This is the length of pole. And this pole is inclined at an angle theta with positive direction of x-axis. Theta, this angle. Now, the coordinates of P here will be written in the polar form as r comma theta, where r is the distance of point P from origin and theta is the angle which this pole makes with positive direction of x-axis. You may think this system as this one is the initial position of a line, as you have done in trigonometry. This one is the initial position of a line, and this line revolves in anti-clockwise direction, making positive angles. And as soon as this line crosses this point P, then the angle made by this line, half line, revolving line, is theta, and the distance of P on this pole, on this line, is r. Then r comma theta is called the polar coordinates of the point. Now there exists a relation between Cartesian coordinates xy and polar coordinates r theta. What that relation stands for, we have to discuss here. You see, boys, if you observe this right angle triangle, if you observe this right angle triangle, now in this right angle triangle we have sine theta is equal to and cos theta is equal to. Try to find out the two values in this right angle triangle. Cos theta is based by hypotenuse, so it should be x by r. And sine theta is perpendicular by hypotenuse, so it should be y by r. So x by r, y by r are the values of cos theta and sine theta. Now, now, if we cross multiply here, what we will get? Therefore, x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sine theta. So, any point xy can be represented in the form of r theta. Here, one thing is important here, boys, that one thing you must keep in mind, one thing you must keep in mind, that if polar coordinates are r and theta, you can write directly the Cartesian coordinates as x and y as x is equal to r cos theta, y is equal to r sine theta. Now this relation can also be written as, from here you can write cos theta is equal to x by root x square plus y square and sine theta is equal to y by root x square plus y square. Why? You can easily understand that this is a right angle triangle, so the length of hypotenuse will be root x square plus y square. So the value of cos theta is x by root and value of sine theta is y by root x square plus y square. Now you will get interesting problems here in coordinate geometry, which consists for a particular point that its coordinates are say 1 comma minus 1. Say these are the Cartesian coordinates of a point. Now write the polar coordinates of this point. Means you have to write the value of r and theta. Or if root 2 to root 2 comma pi by 4 are the polar coordinates, 2 root 2 comma pi by 4 are the polar coordinates, write down the Cartesian coordinates of this point. Polar coordinates are given, write the Cartesian coordinates. Cartesian coordinates are given, write down the polar coordinates. Now how to get Cartesian to polar and polar to Cartesian transformation, that we will discuss here. Boys, remember, whenever it is asked to find the Cartesian coordinates, if polar coordinates are given, say r and theta are given to you, just you put the values here, the value of r and theta, you will get the value of x and y very easily. So that will provide you the Cartesian coordinates of the point. Now, the main problem is, if polar coordinates are given to you, to find the Cartesian coordinates, it it consists of a little knowledge of trigonometry, which you have studied in several videos, and it includes the concept of associated angles. What you see here, whenever if x and y are known, and if it is asked to find r and theta, then clearly, boys, you know r is equal to root over x square plus y square. So if x and y are known to you, you are able to find the value of r very easily. Just put the value of x and y here. You will get the value of r. So r is known to you. Now there is a problem with theta. How to calculate theta? For theta, you must use these two relations. Now try to find out the value of cos theta as well as sin theta. From here, if you see, the value of r is equal to root over 1 square plus minus 1 square. That is root over 2. This is the value of r for this x and y. And what about cos theta? Cos theta is equal to, it is x is 1 and r is root 2, so it is 1 by root 2, and sine theta is equal to what? It is minus 1 by root 2. You see here, sine theta is equal to minus 1 by root 2. Now you have to consider add sugar to coffee rule, which was discussed here in trigonometry, that add sugar to coffee. That rule you have to apply here. You see, cos theta is positive and sine theta is negative. This magic holds in which quadrant you have to find out. You see here that whenever you are taking, you are applying add sugar to coffee rule for all positive here, then here sine is positive, then here tan is positive, and there here cos is positive. So these are positive. Now if cos is positive, other should be negative. Means tan, sine, cosec, cot, all are negative. Cos and sec. Sec is reciprocal of cos, so it should be positive here. So if cos is positive and sine is negative, your theta lies in fourth quadrant here. So the value of theta should be more than 270 and it should be smaller than 360 degree. In geometry, boys, we have to consider the angles from 0 to 360 degree. We will avoid negative angle. We always try to avoid negative angles so far as practicable. And we always write the angles from 0 to 360 degree. Now, what to do? Here cos theta is positive, sine is negative, so theta must lie in fourth quadrant. So the range of theta should be between 270 degree to 360 degree. Now how to adjust our theta in fourth quadrant? This will give you a lot of problem, but to overcome this problem, if you keep in mind a general rule to find the value of theta, your problem becomes more easier. Remember it. If lies in first, you should write theta, simply theta. If the two values both are positive, then it lie in first quadrant, you have to write the particular value of theta. But in second quadrant, if it lies, you must apply this adjustment rule, that is 180 degree minus theta. For third quadrant, you must apply 180 degree plus theta. And for fourth quadrant, you must apply 360 degree minus theta. Remember it. Some students may ask that why not sir 270 plus theta? Yes, you can apply, but the technique, if you want to apply, then in that case cos 270, it changes to sine. There exists a change 3 into 90 degree, and that's why it will create a problem. For 360, it is 4 into 90. So there will be no problem. Cos remains cos, sine remains sine. And 180 plus the same thing. 180 plus 2 into 90, there will be no change. 180 minus, there will be no change. Cos remains cos, sine remains sine. So that's why for adjusting theta in these four quadrants, we apply this rule. 180 minus theta, 180 plus theta, 360 minus theta. Now here you see here our theta lies in fourth quadrant. Now check out the value. This is the value of 45 degree. So what should be the value of theta? Theta will be 360 degree minus 45 degree. So this will be your value of theta, that is 315 degree. This is the value. You can write this value in terms of pi also, that 2 pi minus pi by 4, and you can simplify it. And then this theta becomes 2 pi minus pi by 4, that is how much? 7 pi by 4. So theta is 7 pi by 4, r is root 2. So what about the polar coordinates of this point? Polar coordinates will be root 2 comma 7 pi by 4. So boys, the basic problem is to transform Cartesian to polar. Polar to Cartesian is very easy. Polar to Cartesian means r is known to you, theta is known to you. You have to just put down the value here, you will get x and y. But if x and y are known to you, first of all try to find out r using this formula, root over x square plus y square. Then after finding the value of r, find cos theta and sin theta both. Now check out the quadrant of both and apply this rule. After applying this rule, you will get the value of particular value of theta, and that's why from there you will get the polar coordinates of the point. Now here from this discussion we observe that in coordinate geometry, if there is a point, Cartesian point, any point, say x comma y, and say here you see the picture, if there is a point, then if we join this point with origin, if this angle is theta and this length is r, see, then we are easily write the coordinates of this point in the polar form as r comma theta, and this is nothing but x comma y. This is nothing but x comma y. So the two things are necessary here, theta as well as r. Now boys, let us try to solve few more problems based on your Cartesian and polar coordinates. Say take one more problem. You see here, if it is asked to find the polar coordinates, if it's Cartesian coordinates, polar coordinates, if Cartesian coordinates are say minus 2 root 2 comma minus 1, sorry, comma minus 2. See, if Cartesian coordinates are this, find the polar coordinates of this point. So what we have x comma y, we can write that we have x comma y is equal to minus 2 root 2 comma minus 2. Let r comma theta is equal to polar coordinates. See, polar coordinates. Now what to do? Therefore, r is equal to root over x square plus y square. So you can easily guess here what happens. You will have, that is 8 and plus 4, that is 2 root 3. 2 root 3. 8 plus 4, 12. 12 is equal to 2 root 3. So this one is the value of r. Now, for theta, cos theta is equal to x by r and sin theta is equal to y by r. Now what happens? You see here, x by r means the value of x is minus 2 root 2 by 2 root 3. This one, I think. And sin theta is equal to this value, you will get y by r, x by r, and then y by r, that is, sorry, let us change the problem a little bit so that you will get a good answer. Say this the coordinates are minus 2 root 2 comma minus 2 root 2, say this one. So now what happens? For the value of r theta is the polar coordinates, then here you will get 8 plus 8, that is 16, and you will get the answer as 4. You see here. Now the next one, for here you will have minus 2 root 2 by 4, and then sin theta is equal to minus 2 root 2 by 4. Now what you will get here? You will get minus 1 by root 2, and here also minus 1 by root 2. How you are getting? You can observe it, just 2, 4 and 2 cancels out, and now rationalize it, you will get 1 by root 2. Now boys, I have just changed the problem for better value of theta. Yes, we can solve that problem also, but to solve such problems we have to apply inverse function, which we will discuss in class 12. That's why we have stopped that concept. You just take this one so that you will get a particular value of theta. Now you see here, cos theta is negative, sin theta is negative. Both are negative in which quadrant? You see, in third quadrant, cos and sin both are negative. Now what are the adjustment rule for third quadrant? It is 180 degree plus theta. Now if it is 180 degree plus theta, then what happens? Here the value of theta is 45 degree. In both the cases you can observe the value of 45 degree is 1 by root 2. So from our adjustment, the value of theta will be 180 degree plus 45 degree because it lies in third quadrant. That is, you can say pi plus pi by 4. So answer is 5 pi by 4. So this one is your value of theta. So what about the polar coordinates? Therefore, polar coordinates is equal to what you can write? R, that is 4 comma 5 pi by 4. So these are the polar coordinates of a point whose Cartesian coordinates are minus 2 root 2 comma minus 2 root 2. Boys, now we will try to discuss here the concept of rotation of axis. Now you see here, in several books, you will find a single concept to write the rotational coordinates, or write the coordinates of a point after rotation of axis. A single technique you will find in several books. Now here I am discussing a new technique. Now you see here, suppose we have two axes. This one is origin, this one is x, this one is y. Now with this frame of reference, suppose we have a point P and it has coordinates x comma y. Now with this x and y, we want to find out its new coordinates if axis be rotated at an angle theta. Means if we rotate the axis by an angle theta, say here in this direction, the axis being again perpendicular to each other, both are perpendicular to each other. Now if this angle is theta, say, what about the changes in the coordinates of this point with this new reference? Say this new reference is x dash and y dash. This one is called rotation. Boys, remember, you can easily understand that if this axis is rotated at angle theta, then this angle is also theta. It is a simple geometry. Theta, theta. Now, suppose x dash and y dash are the new axis. With respect to that one, suppose the coordinates of this point P are nothing but x dash, y dash. X dash, y dash. We are interested to find the relation between xy and x dash, y dash as we have done in case of translation if the axis being rotated to an angle theta. Now, let us take the polar coordinate of this point. Say, polar coordinate are here, r comma alpha. Now, what it means? If polar coordinates are r comma alpha, then it means that if we join this OP, this length is r, this whole length will be r, and this angle is alpha. It's simple. This angle is alpha. So r comma alpha is the polar coordinates of this point. Instead of xy, we can write r comma alpha as we have discussed here. Now, what about the measure of this angle? Can you tell me the measure of this angle? If you observe, if this angle is theta, this whole angle is alpha, then this angle will be alpha minus theta. So here, we can write x is equal to r cos alpha and y is equal to r sin alpha. We can easily write x and y as r cos alpha and r sin alpha. These are the Cartesian and polar coordinates at same instant. Now this one is r and this angle is alpha. X-axis is an angle made by x-axis with positive direction. So that's why x r cos alpha, y r sin alpha. Now suppose with respect to this axis, this one is the new x-axis, this one is the new y-axis. What about the polar coordinate? What about the polar coordinate of this point? Now for this point, if its Cartesian is x dash y dash, the polar coordinates, you see here, the pole is of length r. And what about the angle made with new x-axis, this angle? So this angle is alpha minus theta. So from here we can write x dash is equal to r cos alpha minus theta and y dash is equal to r sin alpha minus theta. So these are the new coordinates x dash and y dash. But here is a problem. Because alpha we have the concept of alpha we have introduced. So we have to delete that alpha here. Now how to delete? You see here. We will take first the value of x dash. X dash is equal to r in the bracket. Boys, in trigonometry you will learn that there is a formula for cos A minus B and the formula is cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. So we are just applying that formula here, that it becomes cos alpha cos theta plus sin alpha sin theta. Now if you open this bracket, what you will get, you see here, r cos alpha cos theta plus r sin alpha sin theta. Now this r cos alpha, you can write x, you see here. So you can write x cos theta plus y sin theta, and observe this is the value of x dash and this x dash is expressed in terms of what? X and theta, y and theta. So these are the original coordinates and axes are rotated by an angle theta. You have new or abscissa for the point with respect to new frame of reference is x dash. Similarly, if we apply our formula for sin A minus B in the second one, what we are getting here, y dash is equal to r, you will get sin alpha cos theta minus cos alpha sin theta. This thing you will get. Now, from here, if you open the bracket, you will find here r sin alpha. You can write it as y. So y dash is equal to, I am writing here, y dash is equal to y cos theta minus, yes, x, r cos alpha is x sin theta. X sin theta. So these are the new coordinates x dash and y dash with respect to your new axis. Now boys, from here you can also invent the value of x in terms of x dash, value of y in terms of y dash. How? You see here, if you multiply this by cos theta, both sides, multiply this by sin theta, both sides, and if you add, you will find here that one term cancels out. Let us do it. Otherwise you may be confused that what I am telling. So let us try to solve it. Now you see here, x dash is equal to x cos theta plus y sin theta. This is the first value, and here y dash is equal to, boys, write the term containing x first, minus x sin theta and then plus y cos theta. Now you see here, this one is number 1, this one is number 2. Now if you multiply this result by cos theta and this result by minus sin theta, you see here, by minus sin theta, sorry, then in that case you will get cos square theta and here you will get plus sin square theta. So if you add, you will get the value of x and you will find that these two terms cancels out after adding. And similarly in the next case, try to cancel the term containing x. So what to do? For here you should multiply it by sin theta and then for here you should multiply it by cos theta. So now if you multiply these two and then add, you will find that this term cancels out. You will have y in bracket and in the bracket you will get 1. So y is equal to, you will get in terms of x dash and y dash. So xy you will get in terms of x dash and y dash, xy you will get in terms of x dash and y dash, and x dash y dash you will get in terms of x and y. So in this way we can find the rotational coordinates after rotating our axis to a particular angle. Okay, so it is all about today's class. So boys, we will discuss the next concept in the next class. Thank you all.